If your audience isn't buying from you, you are a woman of color coach, expert, you are a therapist, you are a fitness coach, you are a business coach. If you are posting content and your audience is not buying from you, it's not because they don't like you. Probably they actually love your energy. They love how you are creating content right now. But the reason why they are not buying from you is because they don't believe you. They don't believe you in order to take the credit card and say, like, hey, I want to work with you. So, most of you are creating content every single day. Every single day, you are creating content, and most of you are thinking, if I just post more content, if I just post more value, if I just stay consistent with my posting schedule and I show up on different platforms, then more clients will come. Maybe you have like 4, 5, 6 clients in your one on one or in your group, and you desire to have 10 more clients. And you believe the more you show up and the more value you give, more clients will come. But that belief right there, that belief, that's exactly why your content is not converting. That's exactly why you are still stuck at the current income that you have right now. And a lot of women of color coaches I speak to are doing everything right. They are doing everything right. You are posting content consistently. You are going live on your Instagram. You share value with your community. You see people live. You are telling your story, a vulnerable story. You are showing up every single day. You are showing up. And people are watching. They are watching you. They are engaging with you. They are saving your posts. They say how you are changing their business, their life, their health, wealth, relationship. They are even DMing you. But they are still hesitant with continuing, which means they are not buying. So, what you think now, because you're stuck in the cycle, is the conclusion you are making is maybe I need more visibility, maybe I need more leads, maybe it's not the right time. But that's not the problem. So let me tell you what the real problem is. If you are a woman of color coach, you have one-on-one clients, you desire to transition into a group delivery, but you don't have more demand. There are not more clients raising their hand telling you, I want to work with you. So the real problem is that your content is helping people to understand you, to understand your values, to understand who you are, to understand your story, but it's not making them to think differently. And if someone doesn't think differently, they will not buy. They will not buy differently. Let me say that again. People don't buy because they understand you. They buy because they believe something new. So if your content right now is just giving more information, being more educational, it's value packed, it is showcasing vulnerability, your story, but it's not challenging what they currently believe. You are creating content that feels good to consume, but doesn't move people to act. So you don't have a content problem, you have a belief shifting problem. You don't know how to shift beliefs with your content. That's it. Because your audience already has beliefs. They believe things like, I can figure this out on my own, or I'm not ready yet, high ticket is too expensive, I just need more time, I can do it free, whatever, whatever, whatever. They already have so much beliefs. And if your current content doesn't directly challenge those beliefs, why would they ever change their decision? Why would they ever actually say, I want to work with you? They won't. They will keep watching you. They will keep loving you from the far. They will like your post. They will save your post. But they stay exactly where they are. They will never take the step to work with you privately. They will never take the initiative to actually be in one of your coaching container. So here is the shift I need you to make today with this episode. Your content is not here to teach. You're a woman of color coach expert, you're a therapist, you're a ministry, and now you're adding coaching in your business to add another revenue stream. You want to impact more people, you want to change more people's life, and you want to also make more money. Your content here is not to teach. You are not a content creator, you are not an influencer. The only purpose of your content is to transform how people think. That's it. Every post should make someone pause and go like, okay, wait, I have been thinking about this wrong. That's how you are creating this Netflix binge effect, because when you help someone to come to their own conclusion, oh my god, wait, I have been thinking about this wrong, they will go into this cycle of actually consuming all of the other content where you are shifting how they are thinking, where they become on their own ready to work with you. This is how you can make your brand and your content system work for you and sell for you 24/7, because that is the moment a buyer is created. That is the moment where the urgency is created. You are running around and you are like, oh my god, why is no one buying, why is no one showing more interest, I don't have demand. The reason is the content is not created to create a buyer. Your content system is not created to create buyers, to create urgency for someone to say yes to their own transformation. So they won't buy when they learn something new. They actually buy when they see their situation differently. They see their situation differently with your content, with your messaging. That's when they want to move forward. That's when they want to act differently. So let me give you an example. Okay, so I used to be a fitness coach. I worked with a lot of health and fitness coaches. So let's say you are a health coach. Okay, you are a health coach for corporate women, and you are coaching your clients macros, like if it fits your macros, in order to lose that extra 20 pounds. Okay, imagine your ideal client believes keto is the only way to lose 20 pounds. That's what they have decided is true for themselves. Now you come in as the coach and you start to create content with if it fits your macros, and your content is just, hey, here is how to track macros, here is why you need to track macros, here is why protein is important, etc., etc. Do you see the problem? You are teaching a new method, a new belief system, without breaking the belief that they already have. So in their mind of your audience, they are thinking, yeah, this is interesting, but keto is still working. So they are liking it. They are liking your post. They are saving your post, but there is no intentionality to actually move away from keto to try what you are teaching, because they still believe in keto. They still believe to lose that 20 pounds, keto is the way. So they will never fully buy into your method. So you need to create content that says like, okay, keto is not the only way to lose weight. Why is this wrong? Why is this thinking wrong? So you need to show with your content system why keto isn't sustainable for them, why they have struggled with losing that 20 pounds before, why another approach actually fits better for their life, better for their corporate lifestyle. Because until that old belief is broken, your method will always feel like a nice to have. Your offer will feel like just another option, not the urgent solution. So, if you are a woman of color codes, you have been showing up and you are thinking, what's the urgency I have to create? This is the urgency you have to create. It's not about more content to post or being burnt out by thinking about what content you should actually create. It's about how can you help someone to think differently and help them to move closer to how you are thinking. And if you don't change this, if you don't change how you are creating content, if you don't change how people are thinking, You will keep creating content that gets engagement, maybe gets viral, that builds an audience who don't want to actually work with you, that makes people like you, save your post, but doesn't make you more money. And what's the like extra? I'm talking about extraordinary money. I'm not talking about here and there money. I'm talking about extraordinary money where you can leave your 9 to 5 job, where you can stay in your business part time, where you can afford a lifestyle that you desire for the past decade. So eventually you will feel like, okay, I'm doing it right. Why is this not working? And the answer will always be the same, because you are informing, you are now the new information guide for your whole people, but not transforming. Someone will only pay you if you are literally transforming their thinking with your content. And if you are asking like question, okay, so what is then the type of content I'm giving in my paid coaching, like in my group coaching, in my one-on-one? That's literally the how, right? With your free content, you are helping them to think differently, but in your paid container, you are giving them the step-by-step how to actually get the results they are after. So if you're already giving them the how in your free content, they are eating their meal, they are having the fish, they are having the burgers. Why would they actually come to your table, pay you in order to get the fish, in order to get the burger, in order to actually get whatever you are selling? So look at your own content system and think about it. Are you sabotaging your own success right now by not learning how to create content that will help your people to think differently, to act? So I know you are listening to this, you are listening to this episode, you are watching this, and you are realizing, okay, my content is not actually shifting how my audience thinks. That's exactly what we are fixing inside Leverage 20. In phase two, we are refining your messaging and the way you're creating your content ecosystem. The whole goal of phase two is to create a Netflix binge effect with your whole live video, so that you are already selling with your content. If you have been chasing clients and they are running away, that's because you have created a brand where you are not selling right now. But if you learn how to create content that shifts beliefs, that sh- helps your audience to think differently, now your content and your brand will do the selling for you. That's when you stop chasing the leads. So we don't just create content, we build the messaging that changes beliefs. And in 2026, one core shift you need to make with your content and with your messaging is identity based. No one is buying information, no one is buying what is already existing since 2020, right? In 2026, identity based messaging is what will sell for you. So that's how you will sell out all your group offer spots, your one on one. That's how you will actually help the lurkers come out of the surface and help them to raise their hand that they feel talked to. So you need to build a messaging that changes beliefs so buying becomes obvious. Because once someone believes something different, once someone sees their identity in the possibilities, they don't need to be convinced. And you don't have to feel salesy. They will decide, they will move, they will act. So you are watching this, and when you feel ready to finally stop being in this grind of creating content and feeling burnt out, DM me ready. And I will show you what that looks like for your business and how to start creating those shifting belief content. Because your content does not need to be better. You don't have to increase the frequency of how much content you are posting. I'm seeing where business coaches tell their clients to post, like, I saw a German influencer who tells like post 70 reels on TikToks and Instagram in order to build a personal brand. I think like, oh my God, are you like, what is this? Okay, so I don't believe in that. I don't believe in working more, posting more, hustling more, being burnt out. I don't believe in that. I believe in creating content like, say it's psychology content, create like one video and let that work for you 24/7. Because your content doesn't need to be better, or you don't need to post more. It just needs to be bolder in what it challenges. I'm saying that again because that is so good. Write this down. Your content doesn't need to be better, it needs to be bolder in what it challenges. As long as you are not challenging the thinking of your audience in your public content, you will leave a lot of money on the table. You will leave a lot of money on the table. A transformation happens when you are challenging their thinking. That's when the transformation starts to happen within your audience's brain. That's when they book a call with you. That's when they want to finalize things on the call and say yes on the call. So when you are listening to this and you are realizing that you don't have a content ecosystem that works for you 24/7, you don't have an urgency system that creates buyers, DM me ready. And I will show you what you can do in your business to create that system for you. Thank you so